Welcome back, this is Hurler USA, continuing my King of Ruthenia playthrough. Looks like I'm about to educate one of my kinsmen, and there's a dangerous faction in the realm, which is actually not super dangerous because they want to push elective succession monarchy, which would actually be pretty good. I'd go for that. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm kind of hoping they'll actually push that faction, which is pretty rare. Usually I'm quite scared of factions, especially when I only have one county, and I don't really have that many troops, so it's a little bit of a scary time for the King of Ruthenia. Looks like I'm looking at this High Chief Cosma of Poltisk. Oh, this Minsk guy is finally out of his war, so he's now actually willing to join my kingdom, it looks like. Increase the speed a little bit and wait for this guy from Minsk to reply to my offer. See if this guy is not interested. Oh, because I'm apparently not lower rank than, or he's the same rank as me. So Minsk joined. That's awesome. You can see my kingdom is getting bigger and bigger. See if this guy wants to join. Of course he does not. I'm not his désir liege. He thinks he's about as powerful as me, etc., etc. See if this lady wants to join. She does not either. Not désir liege. Some other things, my liege. My work in Minsk seems to have come to fruition. My bribing, blah, 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 blah. Oh, good. So right after I get Minsk in, I was able to fabricate a claim. Oh well, doesn't matter. They're part of the kingdom now, either way. My grandson Rostislav is a charitable little rascal. He just gave his newest toy to the smith's son. What a nice guy. He's turning out well. Gains the trait charitable is the option there. I could praise him publicly. I'm going to let him gain the charitable trait. Looks like, how strong is she? Not super strong. She does have a couple of allies though, so I'm going to recall this guy. I'm going to send him down to Torquay to see if we can get a claim there. Looks like I was thinking about seeing if this guy would join. Oh, of course he is. Yeah, he's not interested in joining. That makes sense. Well, kind of makes sense. Looks like I can hold a grand tournament. The game seems pretty intent on me holding a grand tournament. But maybe one of these days I will, but right now I do not think that I am going to. So, looking around, looks like I can't really upgrade anything right now. I don't really have enough money or technology. Looks like to be my other problem. So, need to get more money, need to gain some technological advantages, and then I should be able to upgrade my home county. Got a title I can create, but I don't really need it now because I own everything in it. So, that's good. Things are looking pretty good right now. My kingdom's getting more and more sizable. Although I still kind of have the problem that I only have one county of my own, so if people decide they're going to start revolting, I could be in pretty big trouble. Depending on what the revolt is. It looks like the faction is now at 135% of my strength. Hopefully that's the elective monarchy one and not one of the other ones. Looks like I can declare war on this guy in the Byzantine Empire, but he's way stronger than me, so I'm not going to do that. I could go after Novgorod or something else in the Byzantine Empire, but I'm not strong enough to take on the Byzantine Empire, and I don't believe that I'm really strong enough to take on the King of the Rus either. Looks like I got a claim for my nephew here. I could go after something with that. Since he's my nephew, I think it would actually work that he would become part of my realm, since he's a dynasty member. The deal is dynasty members will become part of your realm as long as you don't push a claim that's equal or higher than yours. Vassals, if you push their claims, as long as the new place doesn't make them stronger than you, then they remain in your realm. But if you just push like a random count's claim, then they'll just become an independent count or an independent duke, whatever kind of thing you press. Looks like I'm looking for someone to marry Yevadokia. I'm looking to see who I think would be good. Looks like I'm going to pick this Pavel guy who has a weak claim on the chieftain. Oh, good. That could be useful. Potentially in the future, we might have some good claims over there with some children that may come out of this marriage, possibly. If we're lucky, the kingdom of the Rus will get a little weaker, so we can more easily pick those off. We'll see, I guess. Looks like, yeah, the elective succession in Ruthenia faction is getting pretty strong. Looks like the new guy that I just brought into the realm would like this, which kind of makes sense, I think, from his standpoint. He's not of my dynasty, but he's now a vassal, so he could potentially become king under elective succession. Looks like I'm looking over what I can do intrigue-wise or decision-wise. Looks like I can hold a feast or a summer fair. I've given the order to have a summer fair. This should make the peasants happy. Cost me a little bit of money too. I had invited a monkey trainer to the summer fair, and the performance went well until one of the monkeys refused to ride on top of a pig. The trainer beat the monkey with a stick, which led to the other monkeys to attack the trainer, biting him and hitting him with his own stick. Here's your money, I don't ever want to see you again. Serves him right. Apparently that'll make this guy like me a little bit more, I think. Not clear why. This guy's quite the adulterer. And I'm holding a summer fair. The summer fair brings all kinds of entertainers to Korshin, and a puppet show got my attention when I heard the giggles, laughter, and wolf whistles from its audience. After watching the show for a while, I realized that one of the characters was supposed to be me. That is so funny. This game has kind of an interesting old-fashioned way of telling the story with the little pop-ups and no talking. It's like someone got out of prison. To the raging infidel Yevastafi, may wisdom ever elude you. This is a formal declaration of war. Our army shall meet on the field of battle. Oh no. King Atso of Sumai. So he's trying to take Ingria from me. Finish conquest of Ingria. Ooh. And I had looked at this Sumai place before. He looks pretty strong. I can call a bunch of allies into the war. Yeah, he's got about 4,000 men. So he's right in the same ballpark as me. So I can't call my tribal vassals, but I can call about, let's see, 4,000, 4,800 men, I think. So I've now raised all my troops. And I'll do my typical, move them all together to form one big army. And this will take a little while for them to come together. So there's all my troops. You can see that the enemy has 600 troops near my border. Let's see who will join the war. This guy's willing to join. High Chief Yaroslav, the usurper of Ryazan. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the merchants are taking down their stalls. The jugglers, strolling players, so the fair is over. Looks like this guy potentially would join the war. This Poltesk guy would definitely join. The King of the Rus would join. And it looks like this King of Sumai has called in somebody into the war. It looks like I could potentially I could call in Kaiser Luthbert the Wise of the Holy Roman Empire. It could definitely help. Looks like the Usurper of Ryzen, I think, could potentially be called in. I think I already checked this guy out. So it looks like, if need be, I can get some allies to help me out, hopefully. Looks like that guy way down there is less interested in helping out, but he also looks like he's probably one of the weaker guys that could help out. So I could kind of understand why he wouldn't want to help out and fighting a war way up north. And he's actually pretty small too. Oh, so it looks like, wow, the guys that want to fight me are pretty strong. Looks like Ugra. So it looks like I'm going to potentially try to call in some of my allies. Or am I just looking at them again? Looks like I'm going to call in the King of the Rus. So we can, the Rurikids can be united against these Finns. Of course I will honor my obligation. Thank you, King Putatia. Even though I am now independent, I am glad that you have decided to join my war. So now the King of the Rus has raised his troops too, although it doesn't look like he has all that many. Potentially he was in a war recently. I could call in, do I want to, I mean this guy really likes me, so I kind of feel like, yeah, I'm going to call him in. Looks like I'm going to call in the Holy Roman Empire. And if he shows up, that'll be a big help. If he doesn't show up, we might be in trouble, but we'll see. Nice. So the Holy Roman Emperor is going to lend his support. Or at least he claims he will. Looks like my men have almost all assembled. Still about 1,400 of them have not quite gotten there, and this guy who maybe I forgot to select before, or maybe I wanted to leave over there. It looks like the King of the Sumai has got most of his troops marching my way now, although it looks like it's only about 2,000 men he's got on the border, so that's not as bad as I kind of thought it would be. Hopefully my guys get out of there. Looks like I have been called into a war. To the diligent King Yevastafi, peace be with you, request that. It looks like I'm going to accept another war, so I'm now involved in 2 wars. My own war, and I've been called in by one of my allies in Poltesk to fight. It looks like he's got a revolt on his hands that I'm kind of now obligated to help him out with. So it looks like I'm going to send my troops over there. When they arrive there, there should be about 5,000 of them. Looks like the Holy Roman Empire potentially has some troops heading this way. Looks like this Poltesk guy is fighting off his revolters, and I guess he is my ally, but he's fighting his revolt right now. I think, in hindsight, I should have probably sent my troops over there. Instead, it looks like I'm going to try to get around behind the 4,000 men that have attacked my place. Maybe I was hoping that the Russians would hook up with me if I kind of moved their way. Looks like Not sure what. Oh, okay, yeah, this guy. Oh, and I've died.